when I close
After an almost 5-year-long refit, we recently left Marina Chiapas on our fast and cool Trimaran hot sauce. And so far, it has taken us 2,000 nautical miles to beautiful Sierra Cortez and Baja California.
Think that you are no longer with me. What if I said I'm sorry? What if I make a scene? Wouldn't that make you mine again? All I ever need. Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? I know that I've done so many things that let you down, but I hope that you give me one more chance to make you mine. What if I said I'm sorry? What if I said I'm sorry? What if I said I'm sorry?
In the last episode, we had a fast sail, and it was time for Karin to head back home to Sweden.
Yeah, today I continue with the dinghy wheels. It's the brackets I made, I mounted them. So I hope it will be all good. I haven't tested it with like the outboarder and so on, but I looked at pictures and everybody else has been mounting them, and I think this will do.
Bahia Falsa has become my home port here in Baja. First of all, I have friends here, and second, I'm close to nature, can swim anytime and just enjoy the surrounding. And it's not too far from La Paz, a city with good standard where you can find everything, nice looking, and it doesn't feel super touristy.
Ready, set, go! I'm ready for my first solo sailing here in hot sauce. Prepared everything now, everything should be good. You know, I don't have a super good routine doing it myself, so I hope I haven't forgot anything. But it always takes 1.5 to 2 hours to organize everything. So yeah, I think I'm ready now. Roberto and his brother, they sailed past here about 45 minutes ago. Maybe I can catch up. We'll see. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. Full main, full Genoa, 6.5 knots. We started out pretty alright with 6.5 knots. But that was like the first 5 minutes. And of course, then the wind died. 3.3, 3.4. And so I did that for maybe half an hour. But I know there was gonna be easterly winds, so I could just jibe anyhow, and then I'm prepared for the easterly winds when they're coming. This tack we're having a little bit better speed. We're doing about 4.5, 4.6 knots. And so yeah, at least we're moving. It's not a very long sail today. It's between 12 and 16 miles depending on which anchorage I'm going to. Finally! The wind came from like nothing up to 15 knots in 5 seconds. Yeah, 8.5 knots now. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Flat water sailing, 9.5 knots. Man, hard to beat. It's a good first solo sailing with hot sauce, I have to say. Just when I put on the camera, I was just gonna say, yeah, the wind dropped a little bit and the speed went down to 5.5 or so, but no, it's just picking up a little bit again. We're doing 7 knots. So yeah, we're getting closer to the anchorage. We're half a mile from my waypoint, so I better start have a look out. And I'm here in Bahia Gallina, I think it was called. He went smooth, no problem, dropped the main and went in here a little bit slowly. Here was 3 other boats. I was a little bit afraid that's how tight anchorage it is, but there's plenty of room here for boats. So it was super beautiful coming in here. I mean, just see here, it's I dropped the hook on about 6 meter, and yeah, the good thing is I have everything accessible from the cockpit, so I can just drop the anchor from the cockpit. When I'm retrieving the anchor, and we still have a big problems with the windlass and the rope. I need to pull that up by hand because it wasn't that deep here. I didn't need to let out almost any rope. An ice cold beer.
Always try to give. Don't ever take it. Life has its music. Life has its
I think it's time to leave this shore and head back to hot sauce. Because you know what? Boat life and cruising life is not always like this. There's always a list, something to do. So I need to get back to the boat and try to accomplish some work. Almost home.
It was a nice feeling to get away on my own, to steer my own spaceship in whatever direction I felt like, or almost at least. But of course, it needs a little bit more of planning when single-handing, and you have to do everything yourselves. Being on my own for some time is a good thing for me. I sort of grow, taking all decisions myself, doing it the way I prefer doing things, and whatever I want to do, without questions asked. I have time to reflect on things without being disturbed. It's my own little adventure, and everything I do and experience, I get to tell Karin, just like she tells me everything's happening back home.
Yeah, that was a fresh morning swim. Was a little bit windy. That wasn't too bad swimming. Anyhow, I looked on the anchor and I couldn't see any kind of track or path it had made. So either it was just very hard seeing that, or the anchor hasn't moved anything. So it didn't tell me a lot, but anyhow, I did a check. So it was 2 nights here in Ensenada, Gallina. It's time to bring up the anchor. Yeah, I'm off now from Gallina, and we'll see where I'm heading. It's not a lot of wind right now. It's 3.5 knots. So yeah, I should have started prepping the boat much earlier. Yesterday I said I wanted to leave around 10 o'clock, but then I slept at like 9:30 or something, and yeah. Well, I hope I get a little bit more wind at least. Well, there's not much I can say or do. It's just not the right amount of wind I want. I have maybe 5 knots downwind. And we're doing about 2 to 2.7. It goes up and down a little bit. But I decided to turn off the engine. It was a while that we were down at maybe 1-2 knots. So I had the engine running. But now I've been sailing for the last, I don't know, 40 minutes maybe. And I think we have about 3 miles, 2.5 miles to go if we go into Balandra. It's a good start. We start with about wind speed and boat speed, of course. So right now we're doing 5 knots. Hopefully we can get a little bit more out of her today. But yeah, we'll see.
Every day, that's what she told me. Turn the magic on. To me she'd say, everything you want's a dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds, and I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin. I feel my heart beating. You make me feel like I'm alive again. you own me. I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin. Oh, I can feel my
And of course, just when I'm about to enter the entrance of Bay of Falsa, my ship got towed there. But I got back to my home bay anyway.
You will probably not notice it, but I was anchored over there before, very far into the bay. And I went sailing yesterday with a couple who also owns a Trimaran actually. And they're also on YouTube. So when we got back a little bit later than expected, and when I was anchoring, I came into another direction. I was heading up south, we had southerly winds, and not what I'm used to. So in the end, I ended up anchoring and getting way too close to the shoal over there. But I thought it was still enough, but this night the wind started picking up from like 0 and up to like 10-12 knots. I could hear that, so I went out, and the depth was down at 3.5 meters, about 11 feet. And then I decided to go out in the dinghy with a line tied to the boat and drifted back. And like 40 feet back, it was just like 3 to 4 feet. So I better hurry up to move the boat. And that's why I'm here. And now I'm going back there, although not as far in. Now you should see that I am on a new location. I don't know what I moved, maybe 600 feet maybe. Not a lot, but I had to re-anchor. It wasn't the perfect my first attempt. I got way too close to another boat. And one day I was contacted by this younger couple, Andrew and Jonah, asking if I still was in La Paz area, and I was. So I offered them to join Hot Sauce for a sail. I was way too busy chatting, so sorry, no footage from that one. But I got to see their boat Kraken and met their awesome dogs Max and Lona. Their boat is a Horseman TriStar 36. It has Tesla batteries, small electric trolley motors that can push both the boat and the dinghy, washing machine, electric stove and oven, air condition, ice maker, water maker, and so on. So it's pretty cool that you can turn such an affordable boat into a real home without spending a fortune. They have owned the boat for about 2 years, but left the US recently and will continue to improve the boat when they're hauling out soon. Check out their YouTube channel, What's Kraken? My friends Roberto Nico are running this sailing school and charter business here in La Paz area. With their second boat now added to the fleet, they are arranging an opportunity for people to come and sail and test different kind of boats, including Hot Sauce this time. So pick one of the 5, 7 or 8 days trips in June. Check in sailinmexico.com.
To take people out and see them smile, see them overwhelmed by a huge pod of dolphins or by the splash of a humpback whale.
Swimming around together, and then I was like, wow, mesmerized by that moment. When we became sailors, we became more in tune with nature.
The bigger marine mammals are still thriving. There is an unfortunate marine mammal up in the far north of the Sea of Cortez, which is in a dire state. Its population is just about extinct. And that's also the reason we have chosen to baptize this new vessel, the Vaquita.
We chose Vaquita out of our love for the environment. I personally try to steer towards a more vegan diet because of the environmental impact.
And just sail, sail, sail. No need for noisy, smelly diesel engines when you've got the beautiful white canvas that can take you wherever you want.
You'll learn how to sail, we'll be there. You'll be our crew. Obviously, you'll have the choice whether you just want to be sitting in the sun.
I think children are great because they are the ambassadors of the future. I am fluent in French, English, and Spanish. So is my brother.
It's my brother and I that are running this little show.
Yeah, Nico. Nico is my brother from the same mother.
And I never experienced the same connection with nature as when we were sailing together.
And we hope that more people will get interested and come join us for a sail.